So, I was watching this great video made by the creator Frostbyte Freeman, where he tries to answer a deceptively simple question. Who is the greatest Minecraft player of all time? In his video, he proposed that Minecraft mastery comes down to three pillars: PvP, redstone, and building. Freeman approached this question with nuance and subjectivity, and argued that greatness might just depend on how you define it, and the answer to the question of who's the greatest entirely relies on what you value in the game. Which, is pretty much true. But still, it had me wondering, what if we tried a more objective approach? What if we treated Minecraft like a sport, with different skill categories and a real framework to determine who's truly at the top? In this video, I'm going to try and give that answer. To determine who's the greatest Minecraft player of all time, I've decided to continue the three pillars that Frostbyte established in his video, that being PvP, redstone, and building, as these are, without a doubt, some of the most visible and celebrated skill sets in the game. But I also decided to add a fourth pillar to the mix, a skill that is often overlooked, but I believe essential to being the greatest at this block game: parkour. Now, I know what you're thinking. Parkour? Do you mean like those Hypixel minigames? And well, yeah, but also no. We'll dive into what I mean by parkour a bit later in the video, but before I get there, let's take a deeper look into the three pillars that Frostbyte has already established for us. To try and make things more objective, I've added a scoring system for each player, which will range from 0 to 100 in each category. The sum of each category will determine their Minecraft IQ level. The player with the highest Minecraft IQ level will be crowned the greatest Minecraft player of all time. Sounds simple enough, right? But before we dive into that, I wanted to note that based on these completely and totally accurate statistics that I got from YouTube, currently 0% of you are subscribed. If you enjoy this video, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you. And with that out of the way, let's start by breaking down and defining what each pillar means, one by one. And what better place to begin than with the most intense, competitive, and controversial pillar of them all: PvP. PvP is possibly the most difficult to define skill in Minecraft, and it stems from the fact that this game has been around for over 15 years now, and in that time, PvP has evolved a lot. From this, there are three different eras of PvP to assess, each with very distinct metas and playstyles. First, there's 1.8 PvP, the classic experience. This era is defined by jitter clicking, block hitting, fishing rods, W tapping, fast-paced, combo-heavy style of combat. It rewards those with a raw skill and muscle memory, and fights are often decided in seconds. The better player in 1.8 is usually the one who can string longer combos and keep their opponent in the air without taking a single hit in return. Then we have 1.9, or the modern PvP system. This era is a drastic shift from its predecessor, and is defined by cooldowns, shields, axe crits, and more emphasis on timing and strategy. Fights are slower and much more tactical, and players are rewarded for being smart with their attacks and controlling the pace of the battlefield. And then, there's the forgotten stepchild of PvP, end crystals. This style is all about abusing the absurdly overpowered explosion damage of end crystals and respawn anchors to kill a fully kitted player in just one hit. This turns combat into a chaotic mess of fast placements, totem swapping, and quick reactions. Personally, I am not a fan of this style at all, though I respect the players who take part in it, as I can see where the skill expression comes into play. Despite this, I am deciding to keep Crystal PvP out of the rankings, as I believe it is too far removed from the core mechanics of Minecraft PvP to be fairly compared. And now that we've gotten PvP out of the way, let's move on to something that requires a very different set of skills: redstone. As I'm sure you all know, redstone is essentially the game's version of electrical engineering. Mastering the art of redstone requires a deep understanding of the inner workings of the game, and knowledge of how different components like observers, pistons, etc. work in tandem to create an insane machine to do your bidding. This skill requires creativity, strong problem-solving skills, and the ability to survive the countless hours of debugging and swearing at your contraption until they do exactly what you want them to do. For the purpose of this analysis, I'm looking for players who can show this deep understanding of the game's mechanics, and properly use them to their advantage to create unique and impressive systems. To get the highest score in this category, players need to show that they can think outside of the box and push the limits of what Redstone can do. While Redstone is all about technical mastery, building requires a different type of creativity. This is where artistic vision takes the center stage. A master builder in Minecraft isn't just someone who can make impressive looking structures, because let's be honest, these days there are plenty of people who can do that. A true master builder stands out from the crowd by using unique block palettes, techniques, and designs that push the boundary of what's possible in Minecraft. It has to be someone with an eye for detail, capable of balancing beauty with practicality, and creating something that truly fits into the world. And last but not least, we have the fourth pillar, parkour. Parkour is probably the broadest skill set, and includes more than just running, jumping, and getting good times on the high-pixel lobby parkours. Parkour encompasses someone's complete movement mastery of the game, an invaluable skill to a player. This doesn't just encompass the typical parkour style, but also includes the ability to understand and exploit the deeper mechanics of Minecraft's movement system. Mastering parkour means being able to perform advanced maneuvers like block clutching, ladder jumping, fast block placement, and using the environment in ways that are not immediately obvious to the amateur. This skill is mostly seen being utilized in PvP and speedrunning, but is something that can help all aspects of your gameplay, no matter your specialization. A prime example of some of these skills in action can be seen in Dream's Minecraft Manhunt series, where he uses advanced parkour techniques such as boat jumping and horse clutching to stay one step ahead of his hunters. So now that I've established the 4 pillars, it's time to get into the fun part, the rankings. Now, I also want to acknowledge that this list will be inherently flawed. After all, I'm only able to assess content creators, as they are the only ones who publicly display their skills for us. As a great man once said, there will always be some kid in Russia that is better than you. That all being said, I've done hours of research, and I've compiled a list of players who are consistently considered by the community to be the greatest of all time. Another difficulty is the nature of most creators, who will blow up and get famous through the use of 1 or 2 of the skills, making their scoring exceptionally skewed. What I'm looking for is the player who shows the most competency in each category, the most all-round player in the entire game. And with all of that out of the way, let's get started on the scoring to see who the best Minecraft player of all time truly is. First, we're starting with who Frostbyte Freeman argued as the greatest Minecraft player of all time, and as you can see, his ranking does not bode well. Now don't get me wrong, B-Dubs has proven time and time again to be one of the best builders of all time. He's constantly pushing the boundary of what can be done with some of the most overlooked blocks in the game. Looking at you, Diorite. And for that reason, he's the only player on this list to receive 100 in building. However, his skills in PvP and movement are...
Looks like the hammer just found a nail.
lackluster, to say the least. B-Dubs, if you could maybe send some of that monthly payment my way, I could possibly influence your score a bit. But until that happens, unfortunately, B-Dubs is last on our list. Next up on the rankings, we got MumboJumbo. Mumbo is widely regarded as one of the greatest redstoners in Minecraft history, and has built a legacy for himself on Hermitcraft and YouTube with his incredibly complex contraptions. But what often gets overlooked is his strong building skills too. He has a great eye for aesthetics, and he's great at combining his redstone skills within his architecture, resulting in some very unique and immersive creations. When it comes to PvP and movement though, Mumbo has little to no presence. They just aren't a part of his content focus whatsoever, and it shows in his ability in those areas. This keeps him from going higher on the list, but within his domain, he's nothing short of a legend. Doogile is next on our list, and is another strong candidate for the GOAT status, but he falls short in several categories. Doogile is, without a doubt, one of the best bridgers and speedrunners to date, holding the world record speedrun on several bridging servers. He's also a very solid 1.8 PvPer, holding the record for Rush on several Bed Wars maps. However, his building and redstone ability are not to be seen at all, with no evidence of creative or technical work in his content, making him another specialist rather than a true all-rounder. Next up on the list is the infamous Dream. Now, there's no denying that Dream has shown incredible skill both in 1.9 PvP and parkour, and his Manhunt series has been some of the most iconic content in the community. His quick thinking and his advanced movement techs have put him near the top of those categories, but his long history of controversies, especially regarding the accusations of cheating and speedruns, makes it hard for me to trust the legitimacy of all of his performances. His raw skill is clearly high, but the lack of transparency puts a dent on his accomplishments. Now with that being said, based on what we have seen, whether it's all staged or not, it's still pretty impressive. And he ends with a strong score of 225 overall. But with the questions surrounding his legacy, it's tough to justify putting him any higher on this list. It hurts my soul to put my favorite Minecraft content creator this low on the list, but he's just not the all-rounder that I'm looking for. So here's the thing I will say about Techno. If he wanted to be the best in any of these categories, he would have been the best. He constantly went above and beyond to master whatever it was that he was doing. Whether it was dominating MCC and Minecraft Monday, the 1,000 Bed Wars of Win Streak, or the Potato War, he constantly was going above and beyond to be excellent, whether it was in 1.8 or 1.9. But the truth is, he never really focused that same energy into other areas of Minecraft. His content never really explored redstone, his builds were always functional at best, and while his movement has always been strong, it was always a supporting tool for his combat, never something he specialized in. Because of this, he's the only player with a perfect 100 in PvP, but his lack of range across other categories keeps him from scoring higher overall. Love you, Techno. You're the GOAT in my heart, just not on this list. Next up, we have Grian. Now, Grian is undoubtedly one of the greatest builders in Minecraft history, and he has an exceptional ability to create stunning and unique structures that have captivated the Minecraft community for years and years now. His building ability is no doubt one of the best in the game, earning him a near-perfect score of 95 in this category. He's also proven himself to be quite competent in redstone, although not to the same degree as the specialists, but still solid. His PvP and parkour abilities are also not terrible for a builder.
Grian kills everybody. He's popping off. Dude, nobody told me. Dude, Grian's good at building and PvP. I'm being replaced. I'm being replaced by Grian. Next stream, I'm going to have 3 viewers. They're all going to leave me for Grian.
And he's probably one of the better PvPers on the Hermitcraft server. Likewise, his parkour skills are functional, but not extraordinary. But it was enough to get him by in things like MCC. Grian is a solid all-rounder, but not well versed enough in every aspect of the game to claim the top spot. Fruitberries is another popular name that often comes up in the Minecraft GOAT discussion, and for good reason. His PvP and parkour skills are among the best in the game, being exemplified by his performances in MCC and his various parkour gauntlets and speedruns. Where Fruitberries really shines in comparison to other PvP-focused players is his ability to use redstone and building to complement his PvP style. While he's far from being a building or redstone expert, Fruitberries is well versed in trap making and clever engineering to outsmart his opponents. This allows him to narrowly beat out other PvPers and lands him a top spot on the Minecraft GOAT rankings. Etho is also a strong contender for one of the best all-round players in the game. In the earlier days of Minecraft, Etho was a strong PvP player and could no doubt hold his own in combat. However, as Minecraft evolved and the PvP meta became more aggressive, Etho's PvP focus naturally waned. He's probably quite decent at 1.8 to this day, but he would definitely struggle in a 1.9 environment. His newer content naturally shifted towards redstone and building, where he has made significant impacts in each category. One of his greatest redstone contributions was his redstone hopper clock design, which was especially influential for its time. The only reason he's not number 1 is because of his focus on content creation rather than mastering the other elements of the game. Still, Etho is a pillar of the Minecraft community, and an excellent example of a strong, well-rounded player who's mastered many aspects of the game, which is why he sits as the runner-up on this list. Okay, so for the real number 1 greatest player according to science, let me introduce you to Minemanner. This man not only got one of his builds accepted by Grian himself into Winecraft, but also has multiple videos showing his skills in both 1.8 and 1.9 PvP. Minemanner is definitely aware of this too. I mean, he literally has a video titled, "I have mastered Minecraft," and after watching him, it's hard to argue. Minemanner has no doubt proven himself to be one of the most well-rounded Minecrafters currently walking the pixelated world. But despite his impressive versatility, Minemanner has yet to master the 4 elements of the craft. And so, the true Minecraft avatar remains in slumber, unknown, unseen, perhaps even unaware of their destiny. Only time will tell if this legend will rise and reveal itself to the world.